Then she started laughing and said she was joking. I said, you threatened the wrong person. First of all, psychopath. Hold on, let me take this down. I said, you threatened the you threatened the wrong person, first of all. But yeah, I said, okay, now crazy people must not have that good feeling, that intuition or something, because she was still clueless. She's still over here in La La Land. They can keep putting distance between them, and she still hasn't caught on. She still ain't caught on. RJ asked Brooke where Ridge was, and I said with his other woman. I said, don't tell me that these people finna get ready to do this doggone storyline again. They over here, he gonna reach out his hands for her. I thought she was gonna reject him or something. So she put her hands in his hands, and I said, oh my goodness. I said, I hope not. I hope not, but we'll see. What else? Let's see. Taylor told Ridge that she understand. By the end of that conversation, she said she understands, so she gonna stay away from him. I said, she is. Sheila was still trying to convince Deke to give her a chance. And the last thing is that Dylan was eating pizza out the trash, so it looked like she wasn't lying, y'all. But hey, y'all, welcome back to another video. This for the beautiful February 9th, 2026. First things first. Let me know your thoughts on this episode down below. What did y'all think of the episode? Hold on. What did y'all think of the episode? Let me know down below. Okay, now, where do we begin? I guess Taylor, Ridge, and Deacon. So they was just going back and forth. Ridge telling them that it ends now. Deacon telling him he can't tell them what to do and how he had a chance. And she got a chance at real love. And all this about Taylor talking about commitment. And I said, but y'all missing the key factor. If you really love her, y'all really in love. Like he was telling Ridge on today's episode. He said he was in love with her. That was one of the first things that came out his mouth. If you really in love with her, go over there to your crazy wife and tell her. Go tell her. You done had the opportunity, multiple opportunities to tell her the truth, and you hasn't. You haven't. Hold on. Now that obviously she's a psychopath, so when she finds out, there's no telling what she could do. People are speculating that maybe she won't do anything. I said, well, that won't be no fun. I said, well, that won't be no fun if she don't do anything. But then again, I mean, she would prove that she's changed. I don't think nobody else would, care at this point. But I want to see which direction they go in. But yeah, they're just going back and forth at first. Red's trying to tell Deacon that he putting Taylor, her kids and grandkids in danger and stuff. He married to a psychopath, and just they acting like they ain't here. Steffi, I know Steffi and Ridge, look, they both bossy or whatever. Now, look, a part of me was like, Ridge, mind your business. You can't tell her what to do. You made your choice. But then on the other side, I agree. Like, you being foolish. Y'all both being foolish. The lady is a psychopath. She done went off for less. And y'all giving her a reason to go off now. Then I deserve happiness. You messing around with somebody else, man. Hello. Not just somebody else, a crazy person that done shot you before. I said, I don't understand. I really don't. What else? Ridge tells Taylor and Deacon that it's all over and stuff. Deacon said that he was in love with Taylor. Ridge ends up telling him to stay away from Taylor. And they was trying to tell him basically he can't tell them what to do. So he was like, I need to speak to her alone. So Taylor told him it's okay or whatever. So he leaves. And that's when she's trying to explain herself to him. So she won't be judged by him. Finally, she got somebody. After all this time, she got what she wanted for years, to be chosen by somebody and basically be the only one. And he mentioned Sheila again. I said, exactly. Y'all, hello. Hello, now y'all don't talk all this noise about the other ones. What they be calling the logos, the H, drop the L and add a H. This what they be calling them. Y'all all do the same stuff. I told y'all. I said they all do the same stuff. It's just they turn right now. It's just somebody else turn right now. But yeah, I was like, they all, it don't matter who, cause I guess I'm just a fan of the show. In a sense, I don't have no favorite characters or anything like that. So I try to see both sides of the situation, and they all some skeezers. They all foul. But yeah, what else? So she won't be judged by him, and just explaining that she finally got a chance at love, and he's saying that basically she deserves to be happy and stuff, but not with Deacon. He's married to Sheila. And she was like, you trying to insinuate that I'm his way out? And I said, well, technically you are his way out. Technically, he is trying to use you to get out when he could just go in things with her. But now y'all don't sit up here and cheated and everything else. I mean, they ain't cheated, but they cheated by kissing. They done cheated by kissing multiple times. Talking about you in love with. No, what Reed said, I don't know if it was when Taylor was trying to explain things or when Deacon was in the room. Hold on, what was that? Oh, that was just a notification. Hold on. It was something that one of them said, and Ridge was like, yeah, you was her patient. Like, obviously to my son, he listens to me and all this other stuff. Girl, what the world going on? But yeah, she tells him she won't be judged by him, that he don't get to tell her who to love after he done chose Brooke again. And they just, he's still trying to get her to see that Steffi loves her, and she already gave you an ultimatum because she knows that it's a dangerous situation. Why can't you see it? Tell me you see it. So she sat down and she was like, you right, or whatever. And she was saying she finally got a chance at love, and basically she got to walk away. So he sat down in front of her. He reached out his hands for her. And I'm like, turn them down. Y'all ain't gotta do that touchy feely stuff just to be having a conversation. I don't agree with that. Y'all ain't gotta go holding hands and let me give you a hug and all this other extra stuff. You can have a doggone conversation without doing all the extra stuff. So he holds out both his hands. She put her hands in his hand or whatever, and she's like, she understands. She gonna stay away from him. But later they show her by herself, and they show Deacon by herself. And they both was like they love the other person and stuff. She was saying she loved Deacon. Deacon was saying he loved her, and they showed both of their faces together and everything. I said, look at them, just sad. Sheila over here in La La Land. Is that who we gonna talk about next? Yeah, we are. Hold on. Sheila and Deacon. Look, he ain't hold back. I said, you might want to take it easy because she's still a psychopath. I mean, you shouldn't always, I don't believe in you necessarily holding your tongue when you got something to say it, but it's a certain way. He over here just study, just coming out with it, and he just don't want to talk to her at all. She's still trying. He tells her how, I think soon as she walked in or walked over there, she I don't think she had said nothing. And he was like, I don't know where Deacon is. She was like, I know where Deacon is. He's with Taylor. So she started trying to kiss his butt again. She was like, she knows something she could do or something like that. So this fool gonna put her feet up there to show her 8 toes. And he was eating some pizza and stuff, so he stopped eating this pizza. And she's like, you ain't gonna finish your pizza? No, you over here showing 8 toes and stuff. You think you showing 8 toes is gonna what was that supposed to do? She started talking about how she lost one of her toes because she saved Steffi and stuff like that. But the other toe you cut off, so you still a psychopath. Like what that supposed to be did? No, for real, what was that supposed to do? So she started trying to convince him she's not that same person and stuff. He was like, he just can't get over her past, so she talking about some moving forward. I said, girl, let it go. Let it go. She isn't telling him how he needs to respect. I'm going to start talking to you like an adult. You need to respect your dad's decision because he loves me. And Dee just sitting there like Hope was because they both know something she don't know. They both know something she don't know. That he's over here kissing and cheating with Taylor. He over here kissing and cheating with Taylor. But yeah, so she just going on and on about her love for him and how he chose her and they going to have to get over it. And I said, it's a little too late for that, buddy. Hold on, y'all. There you go. I said it's a little too late for that, buddy. But yeah, then she done went upstairs to playing him this romantic, this little romantic thing. She lighting candles and stuff. I said, Sheila. I said, poor baby. I said, poor baby. I said, blow out them candles, girl. I forgot to say that part in my short video. I forgot to say that part. She over here lighting candles and stuff. What has this man done to show you that he wants a doggone candles lit? I said, blow out the candles, girl. But yeah, so he came in and he was looking at stuff and she started kissing him or trying to kiss him and everything. He told me, so not right now or whatever. She told me, so usually when you come from sessions with Taylor, you be all happy and stuff. I could just, Sheila. Look, I skipped the part. Let me backtrack. So Sheila told Deke that he doesn't want to try to come in between them or she'll murder him. And he was just looking at her. She was looking at him. Then she started laughing to me. She joking. He's like, what type of person jokes about homicide? I said, exactly, a psychopath. And y'all gonna stop trying her. And I said, you threatening the wrong person, sweetheart. But yeah, she was like, okay, she'll excuse it in regards to Deacon. And she left. That's when he was talking about some he loved Taylor and stuff. I said, now what's going on, Sheila? Now you had it right the first time. When you was talking to Lee and she convinced you that you was tripping, that you wasn't tripping. Now it's like, where her mind done went. And the last people is RJ and Brooke and their receptionist lady. This lady over here, what she said, she seen him come through the door. The phone ring. She hung up. I said, look like they should have gave the job to Dylan or something. She hung up and I was like, you need to be fired. Trying to flirt with him and stuff, and he's not interested. He interested in lecture. He kind of interested in Dylan too, look like it. Well, yeah, he went in there talking to Brooke. She trying to question him about his love life. He was like, "Where's Ridge?" And I said, "That's when I said with this other woman." But yeah, that's all that really happened, y'all. Let me know y'all thoughts on this episode down below. Stay tuned for the next video. Until next time, deuces. Have a good rest of the day and be safe.